Hello my makeup loving friends, I am back. I have a cat with me. I'm still in my parents' house. It's all happening. By the time I put this up it should be New Year's, but I mean 2019 is still somewhat relevant. I have been watching an awful lot of YouTube over the Christmas, as I'm sure you guys have been as well. We're allowed to. It's our time off, hurrah! But I saw the girls at Beauty News who I love. There's Kat and there's Hailey, who I keep miscalling Lindsay because she reminds me of somebody I know called Lindsay. So apparently that's what I'm doing. But I love Beauty News. I love them both as separate content creators as well. They're fantastic. I'll put info on where to find them down in my descriptions. But they had the Beauty News Awards, and that was all not nominated by viewers of the channel, which, you know, I watch. I love it. It's great. So they did that video, but they also did their Beauty News Awards tag. So what they felt were the common themes, or what their responses would have been. So they've put it out for all content creators to potentially do this. So I'm going to obviously link down their two videos, so the Beauty News Awards and then their Beauty News Awards tag video. Well worth the watch. I think if you haven't seen their content yet, I think it's well worth watching. They are brilliant. They're just so much fun to watch. They're very engaging. I just think they're great. So the first question that they put up was, what do you think is the best trend of 2019? And there was a lot of things that they said that I do actually agree with. So there's going to be me repeating some of their things because I apparently don't have a mind of my own. Who knows? One of the trends that I really liked was in 2018 we had the year of the brow. Like, the brow was the thing and everyone was doing the brow, and I don't really do anything with my brows. My brows are, I mean, they're there. They exist, but I'm just kind of like, meh, I don't do much with them. But 2019 started to see a decrease in terms of the fussiness of brows. We were going for more minimal eyebrow looks. And for me, that's one of my favourite trends. Another trend that I really enjoyed was more of dalliance, shall we say, with colour. And we saw that an awful lot with Colourpop and their trends with the monochromatic palettes. And for me that was great because I love colour, and just seeing that we were moving away from, you know, palettes with pops of colour and we were seeing more vibrant colours. Look at her, she's moving. Anyways, seeing more of those vibrant colours, I was like, ah, fantastic, this is what I'm here for. I really like that. The girls also said that one of their favourite trends as well was the low buy, no buy / responsible purchasing trend. And oh guys, like, I bought so much over Christmas. Like, they shouldn't have paid me early. Like, it was a very, I don't know what I'm going to survive on in January. I lost my mind, and I've been looking at my stuff and I have been thinking about it for a while, but I'm like, I really do need to cop myself on and stop buying so much because I can't physically use all of it. And I have been contemplating, to the point that I think I will do a low buy. Not a no buy, because I still want to be able to try things and whatever, but I want to be more discerning on things. So I guess I'm using this video as also like a slight announcement of, hey, from January 1st, 2020, I am doing a low buy. So I am not allowing myself to buy any more than 3 makeup products per month, which is still an awful lot. I was talking to my friend's mom and she was like, I don't buy 3 makeup products a year. And I was like, yes, because you are a normal person. I have issues. But I will probably have another video on all of that at some point and talking around that, but that's a whole other thing in and of itself. The next question they had was, what do you feel was the worst trend of 2019? For me, it was just this trend that Colourpop had of, now I love glitters. I love glitters. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. I am an extra magpie. But I didn't like the inclusion in so many palettes of pressed glitters that were not eye safe. That drove me bananas. Like, what are you meant to do with it? Like, yes, people like me will be like, nah, I'll take my health into my own hands. Like, but you could really hurt yourself. You could blind yourself. So that really annoyed me, and I'm hoping we'll see in 2020 that consumer brands will listen to that and will change that. The other trend that I really didn't like in 2019 was, and there is a reason for this, Disney losing their, no, I was going to swear there, losing their minds with way too many collaborations. They are collaborating with everyone. They collaborated with Pat McGrath, they collaborated with Colourpop, with Dose of Colours, with Shiseido, with anyone that would hop into bed with them. And that just really, they've also partnered up with Innisfree. I saw that for this week, and I'm like, there's too much. I'm getting sick of these brands trying to take our money and just thinking that we are so nostalgic and so thankful for their existence that would be like, here, take my hard-earned cash. That really annoys me. The other trend that I really didn't like, and I followed it because I'm a fool, were high-end brands trying to emulate lower-end or like drugstore brands. And drugstore brands, because they are so cheap, they can get away with releasing 5 million products, even though I'm kind of like, hold your horses, that's a bit too much. But we saw high-end brands like Pat McGrath released so much this year. So much this year. Anastasia lost their minds between the Jackie Aina, the Alyssa Edwards, the Carly Bible, the Norvina palettes collection, whatever. There was so much of it. Now, I did get an awful lot of the Anastasia Beverly Hills. Didn't get any of the Pat McGrath, but I was happy with the Anastasia Beverly Hills. But I think that we just need to get off the consumerism train. There's just too much of it. There's just too much. The next question was the best palette release of 2019. And I had to think about it because I love eyeshadow palettes like so much. And a lot of my favourite palettes would actually have been things that have been in existence for a while. But for me, I think the Give Me Glow Juicy Olive, I love that. It was green. Did it for me. I don't own this palette, but I did buy it the other day, so it is coming. Don't judge me. Is the Manny MUA Lunar Beauty Moonspell palette. I just thought that was really smart. I thought it was just really innovative, really new. The colour story was really interesting. The packaging looked really nice. That made an awful lot of sense to me. There wasn't a huge amount of build up to that, which I appreciate because I get a bit bored with that. Worst palette release of 2019. Well, considering the sheer amount of stuff that gets released in a year in makeup, like there's thousands, it is inevitable that we're going to get some duds. A lot of these I haven't actually tried myself, but I have been viewing the likes of Hailey on from Beauty News. She's Just Buy the Makeup. Follow her on Instagram, follow her on YouTube. She's brilliant. So I have ended up experiencing these along with her because she's reviewed some of these. Now, the first one is one that I have and I hate with a passion. You may know if you've seen some of my previous videos. It is the Huda Neon palette in green. Trash. Actual trash. I hate that palette. Like, it is so bad. It is close to being unusable. Do not like it. Do not like it. And I've said this multiple times before, I don't buy makeup with the intention of disliking it. I want to love it. I start off kind of going, yay, this will be great. I don't want to be disappointed by makeup. I work hard. Anything that I spend my money on, I want it to be good. So when it isn't, it's very disappointing. The next thing was, again, because I watch Hailey's channel, was the Ciate London Jessica Rabbit palette. Oh my God, like just watching her video on that, I'll see if I can link it down below. Oh, there are no words. Like, that was so bad. It's sealed. It was weird. There was no cut. It just wasn't usable. It just was not usable. She also used the Besame Sleeping Beauty palette, which I was very excited about because, again, that's another Disney collaboration. My lord. But she tried to use that and that just wasn't usable, and that was very, very expensive. The potential for that was amazing, and it just did not come. The BH Astrology palettes, Oh Sweet Merciful Zeus. They were so bad. They were so bad. I'm still salty about the Taurus one. Could have been loads of greens, but it wasn't. And it was just dull, just dull. It was like the same palette over and over again. It's like, here's some neutrals and a pop of a random colour. Here you go. And yes, I know they were cheap, but that's still products that's being put out and taking up space. And it just bothers me. Most unique product release of 2019. This year didn't have a lot of unique things being released. One of my favourite things that I tried this year was the Touch of Glam multi-chrome shadows. I have a video. I will link that down below. Sweet Merciful Zeus. Beautiful. Beautiful. I am bringing them with me to Dublin. I'm doing a queer night out with a friend of mine, and she's already said, like, I need you to bring those shadows because they are amazing. And I'm like, yes, they are. They are awesome. I think that was, while multi-chrome shadows aren't in any way now a unique thing, everyone's kind of jumped on the bandwagon. I think Touch of Glam do them really, really well. I mean, props to them. I think they're fantastic, and I think you should check them out. I think the girls said this as well in their video. The Huda Lash Glue, I think, is possibly quite innovative in the fact that you can use it for up to 4 hours after you've applied it, like that it still remains tacky. That's interesting because I haven't heard of anything like that before, but I haven't tried it, and I'm quite happy with my eyelure glue. You know, that doesn't really bother me. I think while the Tatty palette wasn't, it didn't give us a colour story that was interesting. To me, you know me, I'm not into the neutrals. I think that the fact that she stuck with this colour story, but then each kind of column had different textures, I thought that was so smart. I think that was, we're going more into different textures of things, and I think that was just really, really smart. I thought that was great. In terms of best collaboration of 2019, there were quite a few. Samantha March collaborated with Ofra, and she released some of her favourites. So I'm not really sure if I can necessarily call it a collaboration because it was like bundling stuff that she liked before, but it was two of her favourite highlighters that came together, and I thought that was really smart. I thought it was really good. I love Ofra's quality, and I love Samantha March, so I really enjoyed that collaboration. I didn't try the next collaboration. It was the Sophia Nygaard and Colourpop collaboration on their lipsticks. That made a huge amount of sense. A huge amount of sense, and I think it was new, it was different, it wasn't same old, because Colourpop does a lot of collaborations and they're not always interesting, in my opinion. I also think the Alyssa Edwards Anastasia Beverly Hills collaboration was really good. I do own that palette. I saw it in TK Maxx. That's what we call it in Ireland and the UK. TK Maxx in the States, they call it TJ Maxx. Something to do with, there was a TJ somethings in the UK and they were afraid it was going to get confused. I'm off track. But I saw that in TK Maxx the other day and I was like, but it's such a good palette. But I think that kind of was released around about the time that they started to lose their minds and they went, Alyssa Edwards, Riviera, and here, and here, and here, and here. But I think it was a really, really smart collaboration. I also think that the collaboration with Jackie Aina was also very, very smart, taking into account something that makeup brands do not do enough of, and that is understanding diversity of skin tones. Because while the original Orvina palette was beautiful and it looks nice on my skin tone because I'm pale, very, very pale, it doesn't really show up on a dark skin tone. And Jackie was very smart in coming up with a palette that is more accommodating towards darker skin tones. And I think I want to see that more in the next couple of years of understanding diversity of skin tones, and I may have ordered the Jackie Aina palette because I want to play with it, because I eventually just gave in because, you know. We're on to the worst collaboration of 2019, and for me it was very, very difficult to choose one, so I couldn't really choose one of any of these. I got really bored of the Disney collaborations with everyone. That's me just repeating myself. Tarte and Lily Pons, and Tarte and whomever else with just a random blonde palette. Not interesting to me. The James Charles mini palette. what the actual hell? Like, that's such a money grab. Like, such. Like, I get it. Obviously, they're businesses. They want our money. They're not just making things for the good of ourselves. But it was just such a blatant money grab that it just rubbed me up the wrong way, that I was like, ugh. And I'm not a huge fan of Morphe anyway. And that has just kind of, I haven't cancelled them. I don't really cancel people, but it didn't sit very well with me, if I'm honest. Colourpop and Kathleen Lights. This isn't saying like it's a bad collaboration, but they just kept re-releasing old things but with new packaging, and it wasn't anything new or interesting or innovative. And there was like, what, 4 or 5 collaborations with it this year? I was like, that is a lot. I get that Colourpop releases a new thing every week, but it was just so much. And there's only so much that can kind of be done. I would like to see new collaborations with Colourpop, taking it in a different direction. That's why I like the Sophia Nygaard one. I thought that was really clever. The Too Faced and Erica Jane Pretty Mess debacle, let's call it what it was. The palette annoyed me because it was so disjointed, and I couldn't stand that the pans were all over the place. I saw that in TK Maxx a couple of months ago, and I was like, yeah, not really that surprising. It had that weird Pat the Puss, which I was like, oh, no. I also forgot about this until the girls mentioned it. The Urban Decay Game of Thrones collaboration. I never heard anything about that. Now, don't come for me. I haven't watched Game of Thrones. Just didn't get into it. Never really watched it. And I like Urban Decay, not as much as I once did. I think they've gone very bland, very safe. They're not as innovative as they once were. But they had the potential to do like this big thing that was a big collaboration to have. Like, a lot of people love Game of Thrones and they would buy it just for that. But I didn't hear anything positive out of that. Best Drugstore release of 2019 is the next one. And I don't really buy an awful lot from the drugstore. Anything I do have, it's like tried and tested stuff I've had for years. Like, I like what you call it, like Soap and Glory, like the brow archery thing. I like some of their mascaras, but those aren't new. I'm gonna lump Colourpop in with Drugstore, and the reason why is just because I'm like, it's a cheaper brand. I think the Colourpop Sophia Nygaard was probably the most innovative thing. I really liked that. I thought that was really smart. I didn't buy it myself, kind of wanted to, and eventually it went out of stock, and by the time it did come back into stock, I was like, no, you have a lot of things, you need to breathe. Best higher end / luxury release of 2019. There was so much that it was very difficult to kind of see a clear winner here. I like that we saw more of a trend towards smaller palettes, and I'm going to talk about a palette that I haven't gotten, but I really did want to get, but I can't get it anywhere except from the Natasha Denona website, and then I'd have to pay duty, and it's a whole thing. I think the Mini Tropics palette was very smart, because it was like just a mini of their bigger Tropics palette. I think that was smart, and they've come out with a lot of new mini palettes that I think are just really cute and innovative. I just thought they were smart. Best indie release of 2019. Again, I'm going to say the Touch of Glam Multichromes. I thought they were absolutely beautiful. The Kaleidos makeup, the £5 palettes. There were 5 of those released this year, and they are beautiful. I really love the way they perform. I think they're great little palettes. They're fantastic. There was a lot of pomp and ceremony around Melt Cosmetics and their Amore Eterno collection. I'm wearing that at the moment. Review to come. I'm not going to say any more on that because that's just going to give that away. The next question was best overall brand of 2019. That was a hard one for me. I have a great love of Ofra. I mean, if you look at my makeup drawer, my drawer of shame, there is a lot of Ofra in it, because I know it's a dependable brand. Their highlights are amazing, their blushes are beautiful, their lip products are beautiful. I will say I do think they're playing it a bit safe. That is the one thing I would say, but I think they're very good, they're consistent. If you get something from them, you know they're going to be good quality. And I'm going to say the same thing about Hourglass. I tried this foundation in 2019. It's the Hourglass Vanish Liquid Foundation, and I love it. It's in the shade Alabaster, and it is just, it's in my project pan, not because I don't like it, but because I'm only going to be this pale for this long. Not that I get a tan during summer, but I get like a shade darker, and I just don't want to be messing with that. I like Hourglass. I have a few of their products and I just find them very good, very consistent. Worst overall brand of 2019, House Laboratories. I was very excited when they announced that House Laboratories was coming out. I'm still not sure as to what Lady Gaga's role in that is. Is she CEO? Is she just that? Because I can't find any information on it online. Is she just the face of the brand? What is it? It's very weird. But it was very much sold to us as like, we're going to change the industry and look at this. And I loved that their photos, their promo pictures had like people who were androgynous. It was males, it was females, it was non-touched up photos. I was like, yes, real beauty, fun and interesting. And then the releases were just not good. Of course, then that is a close contender with Jaclyn Hill's, which when I talk about Jaclyn Hill's, I of course mean the lipsticks. I don't mean the highlights. The highlights seem to have gone down well, although the brushes don't seem to be a big thing. People don't seem to be as into the brushes as the highlights, but fair enough. Great to see that she's doing well. Fantastic. I didn't want to give that first spot because I think people liked the shades and they were saying they were like a good formula, but it was like, it was contaminated, you know, allegedly. Not that anyone's going to sue me. I have nothing. Good luck. I think it had, I don't want to say that it was the worst overall brand. I think they had a really bad run. And I'd love to see her redo those lipsticks because the shades did look really, really interesting. Best overall product of 2019 for me, it was the Hourglass Vanish Liquid Foundation and the Touch of Glam Multi-Chrome Shadows. Love them. Love them. Oh, actually, literally just thought of this now. The Huda Bullet Lipstick in the shade Dirty 30. Ha! Love it. Love it. I just want to smear it all over my face like I'm the Joker. It's amazing. Worst overall product of 2019. I did put down Jaclyn Hill lipsticks because, I mean, that you couldn't use them. That was a health and safety hazard. But I would also say, again, I didn't try these, so I'm just going on other things, but also the Besame thing, like that, and the Jessica Rabbit Ciate London, like that was not good. So that is it. That is all of the questions that were part of the Beauty News Award tag. I have them down below in the description along with all the other things I've discussed in the video. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends because sharing is caring. Yeah, like, tell me what it is that you think. Do you think I missed out on something? Is there things that you don't agree with? Because we can be nice and disagree. It's fine. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.